Until the day I die, I'll probably be looking for the right words to explain my experience. And I know I will, because words will never do it any justice. But another good way I could put it is that God itself, not the piece of God that is within me and the piece of God that is within all things or other people and all beings, all creatures, all inanimate objects, not that piece that's in all things. The actual God itself that has to be there in order for things to work. Not only did it answer the question in my heart and soul, my mind, my spirit, any of those things on whether is it real or not, or is there something? Because I know without a doubt beyond all things that it's not only real, it's the only thing there is. And everything I look at reminds me of that now, because it literally took me into timelessness and showed me eternity, which means all existences, all fairy tale creatures and ideas that people had when they were coming up with them, the way the creatures looked, the way the monsters were, the way they acted towards each other, being the creatures, being the aliens and other planets of other time space continuums, of other, experiencing all chemicals, all products, all cars, all trucks, all vehicles, all space vapors, all dust, all molecules, all things. It's more than any words will ever do justice. So how am I supposed to explain that to people when they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, cool. That's cool. that's cool." So yes, and I'm totally fine because I understand it all, and I know if I die this moment, I'm fine because I'm in touch with my consciousness. I know who I am without my body and my personality and my ego and all those things. But people that I care about in this lifetime don't. And that includes everybody, not just my family and my kids. I mean, they don't even or spend any time with me or pay attention to me. And the ones that do don't really have much to say about the deep things that I say because they're holding on to their egos and their life that they're used to. Because what are they supposed to do? Of course. But I can't do that because I've seen the other side, or whatever we call it, the only side. There's no sides to the one. One has no side, has no front, no back, no anything. I've seen it all. And I'm too in love with the world that I am in, am part of, and have been part of creating, to not be honest. I can't just sit back and not say anything and have people say, "I'll just keep that to yourself. You don't know what you're talking about. You're weird." I'm like, no. Here's the thing. I can explain everything you want to know to you if you sit down and listen. But you don't want to have somebody tell it to you. You want to figure it out for yourself. Or you want to stay blind and ignorant or just confused, or you want to stay where you are and not know the truth because it's too much. Like when they say you don't want to know the truth, they usually are saying something like you don't want to really know what's going on with the people you care about because they're behind your back, they're doing sneaky stuff, and your ex might be cheating, your kids might be doing bad things. That's what they mean by you don't want to know the truth most of the time, because most of the people who say that don't know the truth about what's really, really, really happening beyond words. These words are only a attempt to try to explain something of meaning to you, to all, to I, to us, to it, because it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. But either way, I'm just saying that's a good way to put it. God itself, not the particle that's in us, God itself took me into eternity in a timeless fashion and showed me everything so that I could show people in this world, in my Dan Alexander life. And whatever I don't do in this lifetime is already down in my recordings, and whatever I say in there is enough to enlighten enough people. But they have to listen to it. And the word enlighten doesn't mean anything. Just help them, wake them up, let them know what's really happening. Enlighten in a spiritual way, awaken in a literal way, in a logical way, in a sensical way. Sensible, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. What matters is that people know. And that's my job. That's what I'm here for. It's not my job, it's my purpose, my destiny, my goal, my attempts, my intentions, everything. That's that. Beyond everything else. Because I love that. I love us. I love it too much. I love God so much then I am truly his biggest fan and biggest messenger in this space-time continuum, in this universe that has ever been. And not somebody goes, I love God, I love Jesus so much, I love Jesus. Do you love every other icon? Do you love every other plant, animal, fish, anything that you could think of just as evenly? Would you pick another child over your child? Most likely. On certain days, I probably would too, to be honest. But I have to be honest, that's the thing. But deep down, right now at this moment in time, I wouldn't pick anybody over anybody. I wouldn't pick somebody else over me getting something that I want, because that's not what is real. What's real is just experiencing. You know, I could do that and just be selfish for Dan, but why would I want to? Dan doesn't need anything. I'm God. So are you. And God itself told me to say that, told me to show that to everyone. Even the people that are trying to hold us down, even the people that hate the people trying to hold us down, and that try to help us become better together, to actually love each other. And we can do that. That's the point. That's the only point there's ever been since the beginning of what we call time. And I've seen the beginning of this as far back as God itself knows. The particleizations, the sounds all forming together, everything, the colors forming, light becoming light, darkness changing and turning into different things and molding shapes, the earth becoming water and water becoming earth, and timelessness, just the weirdest, craziest, amazing things. And I'm here to explain the world to the world. Explain the universe to the universe. Explain the multiverse to the multiverse. Explain all to all. That's what I'm here for. And that's all for now. Peace.